they're three lovely but unorthodox people. Of course, it's the final edition of the 2022 Breakaway, which of course you watch on Eurosport and GCN. In a minute, we're going to get Orla Chennaoui on the stage, Sir Daniel of Lloyd, that's what he likes to be called, and Adam Blythe on stage. But first, briefly, I'd like you to maybe slightly uncomfortably watch their dance moves. We've got a montage. Anyway, here we go. So anyway, just watch this weird montage.
Shit.
We've both been dancing all this time. What a coincidence.
For sure, make me want to dribble. You know, had it in my beard. You really have to see it.
It's your birthday. We gon'
Talk this way. She told me to walk this way.
Well, there we go. Yes. So just a word of warning. This is just going to be a 40-minute dance routine. So please put your hands together for Adam Blythe, Sir Daniel of Lloyd, and the absolutely wonderful Orla Chennaoui. It's the Breakaway Live! Daniel, Adam, all the best, mate. Yeah, all the best.
Hello. Oh my goodness, I'm a little bit nervous. We've never done the breakaway outside of our little dungeon, have we? Apart from the cube.
We've done it in the alleyway.
We've done it in the alleyway. And the show.
Spectators.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome everybody to the Breakaway, Afterhours, uncut, unscripted, slightly sober depending on which host we're looking at. But I started off the night actually sort of hosting up here. How's everybody's night going? Can I hear a cheer if you're enjoying it? Can I hear a louder cheer?
And give us a jeer if you're hating it. Hey!
Anyway, lads, here we are. We've survived another year. It's been quite a roller coaster, really, hasn't it?
It's been quite a roller coaster. The racing's been brilliant, but the pressure on doing those reels from you has got to me.
You've been the one suggesting it most days, Dan, to be fair.
It's not me suggesting it.
I have to give a little bit of context. So every morning we wake up and we get about 20, me and Dan, we've got a WhatsApp group, we get about 20 reels through, and Orla says, which one should we do today, lads? And me and Dan are like, whichever, honestly, it's fine. So it's been a struggle through you picking which reel, but for us, we're just like, yeah, we'll do what we're told. Do what
you're told. We'll see about that. But there has been incredible racing. And if anybody's been watching our show during the year, you'll know that we had a running challenge between the three of us, whereby we were trying to crown an outright champion of our Predictors Challenge, for want of a better description.
Can I just say, right, this outright
No, you can't. So we didn't have an outright winner. Bullshit. And myself and Dan and Adam all won at different stages throughout the year, didn't we, Dan?
We did.
We did. However, we thought we could maybe decide on our outright winner tonight, or rather, all of you could help us decide who should be the champion of 2022 Breakaway. Adam, don't say anything. So, we've chosen each our favourite moments of the year. We're going to show them to you. We're going to give each other 30 seconds to sell our moment to all of you. And then you get to decide at the end who has won. Obviously, pick the best moment, but pick maybe, I was going to say the least annoying, but I won't win that. Just pick me, and then we're all happy, yeah?
Can I just say, amongst all this, Orla is the most competitive person you've ever met. So if you want to see like a real Orla getting angry, don't pick her.
That's usually what happens with someone who's never won big in their lives, however. But we are going to... I meant me! Oh my goodness, that sounded horrific. I obviously meant
2 minutes being on
I tell you
stage.
what. I tell you what I like about that. You all assumed I meant Adam.
Honestly, it's a good job this is Afterhours.
Right, so we're going to try to sell our best moments of the year. So I think I'm going to go first. Do you have a phone to time 30 seconds whenever I start talking?
I do indeed.
We'll tell you.
No, you won't tell me.
1, 2, 10.
So we're going to watch a little bit, and once I start talking, you press start, okay?
Go.
By the way.
No, stop it. Right. This is my moment of the year.
Towards the gravel section at
Start.
the top of the climb. 93 victories as a pro has Annemiek van Vleuten, and now it just starts.
So my moment of the year is the crowning of our very first champion of the Tour de France fan, because when I was little, we did not have female sporting role models, and it's so easy to forget that. I got to watch the Olympics once every 4 years, and I had athletics champions because I did not get to see women outside of that. This moment, all of those fans crowded onto that road for the day to watch these women. Our landscape has changed forever. That's my moment.
Amazing. That was very good, but you were slightly over time.
I could have gone on all night, so it's probably good you stopped me. Dan, is yours next or Adam's?
I've got no idea.
Adam's is next.
Oh, right. Hold on.
3, 2, 1.
Right, wow,
Go.
no. We can see the clip here, but what we don't see is 11k to go. There's one climb in this race. He's in the yellow jersey. Everyone's watching him. He clears off. He drops everyone, the whole peloton, and there is one climb to concentrate on, one corner. He demolishes the race,
2,
wins solo
1.
in the yellow jersey.
No, I'm joking. Go on,
Very
50
good,
seconds.
very good,
Go.
very good.
Oh, it's the all-time great. I mean, look at him. Yellow jersey in the Tour de France. It's not often you see a yellow jersey winning solo when it's expected to be a bunch sprint after one corner. Incredible.
Definitely got longer.
So, for the winning
Oh,
clip.
whoa. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Sausages. No. Right, go. Yeah, sorry, go.
This is the epitome of everything you want cycling to be about. These two took chunks out of each other on every moment, every climb, every time trial, every descent, and this is the last descent of the Tour de France, where finally Pogacar crashed and Vingegaard decided to sit up, offer his hand, and say, "Well done, lad. You gave everything you had, but you didn't have quite enough." I think for me...
How did he say that in Danish?
And stop.
Yay.
Well done.
I think that was the biggest cheer.
I mean, we've been spoiled. We've been absolutely spoiled by moments of greatness, and it was actually very difficult for each of us to choose what our winning moment was, but it's not up to us to choose now. It's up to all of you. The power is in your hands. Who will you crown the breakaway champion of 2022? First of all, if you think that Adam's winning moment of Wout van Aert on stage 4 of the Tour de France is your moment of the year, give me a cheer.
That's quite big.
Decent. If you think Dan's handshake between Vingegaard and Pogacar was your moment of the year, give me a cheer.
Come on!
If you think that changing the world forever and giving our girls something to believe in is your moment of the year, give me a cheer. I think I win, lads.
This is, honestly, I won 3 out of these 4 predictions. This is bullshit.
You've got to win the ones that matter. We had lined up celebratory drinks for whoever won. I think we'll bring them up anyway, shall we? Adam, if you'd won, you would have gotten some more wine. Dan would have gotten a beer. I, however, have my full
I feel like this
Coke.
is quite premeditated.
All 3 drinks were there. Thank you very much. Cheers, everyone. Here's to the future of women's racing. I think I've been a bit disingenuous, however, because we've selected winning moments and favourite moments of the year, but I think it's probably fair to say that when you look at the landscape of the entire cycling season, from the one-day classics through to the Giro, the Tour de France, the Vuelta, the incredible World Championships that we've just seen, Tour of Lombardy, there is one moment that stands out above them all, and it's this one.
Yay!
For the time trial.
I am, and you two might be there laughing, but actually I've rather cleverly with this outfit managed to circumnavigate U-size sock length rules by having it all in one. And the really good news is that this is unlike the Simon Yates skin suit that we spoke about before.
He's still talking.
Dan Bigham's world hour record, goodness only knows how much that skin suit and fire racing cost. This one, $22.99. I'm able to put on and completely cover my face.
But let's Can I ask if anybody listened to a single word that Dan Lloyd said in that entire clip? Because frankly, it was impossible to concentrate. Dan, congratulations on being such a sport.
I mean, the most embarrassing part of that sketch was not my skin, it was your socks.
I think with that as well, I would like to say you've got some balls, but we didn't see them in that. But I think behind the scenes, the best bit is with this, is that you obviously see what we've got on here, but it's all planned. You can see his gloves there, they're all cut off. And when Dan came in the first instant, it was shocking. But we saw everything. Literally everything. It was great. It was like the moment of when this came on telly, it was hilarious because it was on telly, but the build up to it, the whole scene of you just walking out saying, do you think this is all right? And we're like, probably not.
Well, the other thing is, Dan was wearing it back to front. So apparently, I don't know about these things, but apparently he's supposed to have the zip at the back. He had the zip at the front. So his face zip essentially got stuck. He couldn't get his face out of the zip, but we were worried we're going to have to cut him out of the gimp suit, essentially. I mean, which is not something you usually have to worry about because we're like sports.
The way it was zipped up was the least of my worries when I put that thing on.
Anyway, there are some incredible moments that we have been able to enjoy this year, and some really fun, I think, talking points, because that's what we're there for, I guess, is to flesh out the narrative of the racing. So it's not just man or woman on bike wins a race, but it's everything that happens throughout the race. That's the fabric, that's the texture of the sport, isn't it? It's what we love, it's the drama. And one of the good moments of early in the season, Adam, which probably got you into a little bit of trouble, I think it's fair to say, was your calling of this particular incident. Yeah. Remind us what it is, first of all.
So we've got Remco here that pushes banter, and after this, I called him a spoiled little brat, which... To be honest, at the time, it was a spoiled brat.
You had nothing in common with him until that point, did you?
Yeah. Thanks, Dan Lloyd. Right, but anyway, with all this is that from racing, he was the person that he was very good, but you targeted in a race. You'd make his life difficult if you could, because he was so good. And he was so inexperienced as well, so you'd go out of your way to sort of make his life difficult. If he was trying to get up past you, you'd block him in. You'd make it a lot more difficult than it should have been for him. If it was, we've seen the great Tom Boone and Fabian Cancellara here. If it was those guys trying to move up, you'd move out the way immediately, just because who they were and the respect they had. With Remco, in this instance, for me, it was just like, you've won a couple of events, but you still need to prove yourself. And I understand what he was trying to do. The wind was coming from that side, so he was trying to shelter. But just the way he pushed him, I was just like, that's not the way to do it. You would never seen Boone and Fabian, no matter who it is, you'd never seen him do that. And for me, I was just like, I don't care who you are. You just don't do that. So for me, that point there for Remco was just like, I'm sorry.
Quite unnecessary
This
as well.
is after hours, so I was just like, dickhead. I'm sorry, but it's a bell end.
Some applause there.
I mean, that's awful to say, but in that instance, if I was racing, because he'd been and having a little laugh, it's a good job it wasn't someone else, because they'd have quite rightly pushed him back. And probably
you know what this means?
What's that?
It's after hours.
Yeah.
We can say what we think about Adam.
Oh, God, we didn't have time for that.
Hold on, you've just been in a gimp suit. Let's not say what we think about you.
You mentioned Remco and maybe not having proven himself enough. He's done that this year, Dan, hasn't he? And
he's done that and some after that, yeah. I mean, there aren't many people in their entire careers that win a monument, a Grand Tour, and a World Championships in the same year. And he's just done that at the age of 22. Well, I doubted him. I really doubted Remco. Like, he was such a prodigious talent from the age of sort of 17, 18 when he was a junior. And I just thought, once he gets to the pros, he'll find out how hard it really is. He got to the pros, he won really big races. And I started thinking, he's really going to struggle. He's really going to struggle when he gets to the Grand Tours. And actually, I still think he's going to struggle next year. Once he goes to the Tour de France, I think again.
Will he go to the Tour de France?
And Pogacar, I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
You don't think he will?
So my whole thing.
Do you think that's a clever move then? If you think he would struggle?
I think it might be a clever move just because he needs a little bit more time to develop and a little bit more time to get the team around him to support him at a Grand Tour. But I think we all want to see him.
Yeah, we want to see Remco Evenepoel at the Tour de France. No. Okay, this is interesting actually. A lot of shaking of heads. For the same reason, we just think it's maybe too soon for him. Does that not make it fun? If we're going to be completely objective and as fans are watching from the outside and we want to see the best riders in the world pitting themselves and challenging themselves against each other.
He's got to go next year because if he doesn't go next year, Pogacar had won the Tour twice by the age that Evenepoel will be next year.
Has been. Washed up.
Yeah. I mean, I've got nothing more to say.
It's not necessarily a route that's going to favour him compared to what other routes could be, though, Adam. It would be sensible for him to sit it out.
Well, it wouldn't be sensible. I just think he's probably, well, he is the best in the world. He's the world champion. He's arguably the best in the world right now from what we know. Racing's finished. But going into next year, I just think, what do you have to lose? You know, he doesn't have to. For me, he doesn't have to prove anything anymore. If he goes
you do though, don't you? Tour de France is different gravy. Yeah, but even the World Championships, it's very different.
But that's for me, is that he doesn't have anything to prove in terms of, if he goes into Tour de France, his first Tour de France, if he doesn't win, he's not met our expectations. That's ours personally. For me, if he goes in and has a go, fantastic. And if he loses, that's even better in my eyes. If he goes in and smashes it, then it's just like, oh, great. This is kind of what we expected. So I think I'd love to see him there without the time trials, what really benefits him to say, look, I'm going to have a go at the Tour de France. I want to try and win it on terrain that doesn't necessarily suit me. What doesn't on paper suit me, and just have a quick go at, not a quick go at it, a 3-week go
have a quick go at the Tour de France.
Just have a quick go at it. But I just think, like, what does he have to lose? Like, if he doesn't win, so what?
We've got a lot of ground to cover, and I want to move on to the next one because this is one of my favourite moments of the year, and I've become such a huge fan in just the 2 editions already of Paris-Roubaix Femmes, and I don't believe necessarily in the women's calendar either copying the men's calendar or needing to in any way. This is one race that has it right, and it has been a joy to watch it, and I just absolutely love the 2 winners that we've had so far because they are the very best, and it's like there's some sort of a sense of right in the world that Elisa Longo Borghini should take a win like this, I think, Dan.
It was right. The amazing thing about Elisa Longo Borghini this year is that she's won Paris-Roubaix and then she's won the women's tour through a sprint on the final day to get bonus seconds. And on the last women's World Tour race of the year, she came 3rd overall with a big mountaintop finish at the end of it. So she's done like all of it, like Cobble Classics, mountaintop finish, sprints to
and an amazing teammate. You know, she's not one of these riders who has to be the star on any given day. I think that's why I love her so much as well. She's so good riding in support of her team.
Does anyone watch The Breakaway? Do you all watch it or not? So there's a little bit with it where I call Dan Statman. Can you see why I call him Statman now? He's just listed off 12, like, basically ever best results
It's called research, Adam.
All right. Honestly, have a no comeback.
No, you don't. This is wonderful, isn't it?
Not in a way that I can say in public. Anyway.
But what do you think of Paris-Roubaix Femmes? Do you think that it's been a success the way it's been done? The fact that we've got it.
Why would it not be a success? For me, there's no disparity between the men's race and the women's race. It's exactly the same. There's people riding the bikes, racing the bikes. And the beauty of Paris-Roubaix for me is the outcome is always different. You never expect the winner to be the winner. It's always, unless it's, the 2 guys that are here, I'm sure they probably expect to win each time, Tom Beer and Fabian.
But if you'd won it.
If I won it, curveball, slight curveball. Do you want to hear a story about Paris-Roubaix when I did it?
Go on.
I got in the breakaway and...
shall we move on?
There's a 30, I'm going to carry on. There was a 13-man breakaway, and I was like, right, I'm in here. I'm in for a top 10 at least, because it's a breakaway. Anyway, I got caught with like 60k to go, and Stein Vandenberg came past me, teammate of Tom Bonan's, and I am not kidding you. He came past me like I was stood still, and at that point, I was like,
Stood still.
shit, yeah, that's it. That's my Roubaix done. And then I stayed in that. The next group called me, and I tried to like get in position for the next section of cobbles. And I remember Sagan next to me, and he just looked at me. I'm sorry for my French, but he just went, "Adam, fuck off." And I was just like, right, I think it's my time now. I think I'm done. And after that section, then I got dropped. And then I got caught after that by Daniel Oss, his teammate at the time. And he was like, "Good job, man." I was like, "Yeah, you're fucking right, Lee." Just told me to fuck off, and now here I am. And anyway, 68th I came.
Did you though?
Yeah.
Top 70 finish at Paris-Roubaix. That's decent.
That's it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. But yeah.
I think one of the really popular wins of the year, and it's so funny getting to this stage of the season and looking back and almost forgetting that this either happened or happened this year. Biniam Girmay winning, well, whether you want to pronounce it Gent Wevelgem or Gent Wevelgem, but this was a moment of beauty, Dan, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, we've already talked about women's cycling and how it's coming up through the ranks, and I'm pretty sure that in the future, in the next couple of years, people will be expecting to watch women's racing as much as men's racing. I genuinely think that will be the case. And then the next part after that is getting different cultures included into cycling. And I think Biniam Girmay is going to be the biggest part of that. Like, there hasn't been a black African win a semi-classic like Gent Wevelgem. There hasn't been a black African win a stage of the Grand Tour until Biniam Girmay did it at the Giro d'Italia. And I don't think you can underestimate how important that is to pro cycling, which is predominantly white. Like, if you look at all the pelotons, women and men, it's just all white people. And Biniam Girmay is going to inspire a huge number of people within his own country, but also black people around the world. Think, well, if he can do it, I can do it. Because you need heroes that you feel that you're the same person as. And he's that person for so many people around the world. And I'm really excited to see where the sport of cycling is going to go in the next few years after what Biniam's done. And he backed it up at the Giro as well, didn't he? Which was, arguably even more thrilling, because this was a taste of what's to come. To deliver at the Giro against the likes of Mathieu van der Poel was just wonderful. I definitely think it's a beautiful image of them. But watching back on that Gent Wevelgem sprint, that's probably, you watch back on it a little bit, you never reflect on it. Watching that sprint there, no one expected him. Yeah. They're all pretty half-witted in that sprint when you look back at it. And but the best moment of it was Van der Poel just saying, I think that's the way. Behind him. I think that's the thing, when you look back at that sprint there, what I've just watched is that the guys were just concentrating on the rider in front of them. And they knew how good he was after that, and then he was able to prove to himself in this Giro stage we knew how good Van der Poel was in the Giro. He just took the piss, basically. He was just on the attack every day when he wanted to, and this stage he focused. He didn't go in the breakaway, waited until the end, tried a couple of attacks, and then when he got across the line, it was just a thumbs up to him, and it's like, chapeau, mate, you're one of the greats, basically. Classy all round, really, wasn't it? And speaking of classy, and unexpected, really, in the outcome. This has got to be one of the standout moments of the year, Dan. I mean, of any racing I think I've ever witnessed. Annemiek van Vleuten winning the World Championships, so far so unremarkable. The way she did it, wow! Wow! This was close to being my moment of the year, because we know how strong Annemiek van Vleuten is. Like, if she's on form, she's going to outclimb everybody. And if the World Championships, at the Time Trial World Championships, she's probably going to win. The fact that she had a broken wrist, or fractured wrist. She couldn't get out of the saddle. She couldn't get out of the saddle. She did briefly, I noticed. She said she couldn't, but she did. But I definitely think it's a good job that Cassie has gone for dinner. But Annemiek van Vleuten, shut up again. But the way she won this was not out of strength; it was just out of being clever on the bike. And I like that strength as well. To be fair, pretty strong to be able to get away from that. Well, what I'm saying is, you're not telling her to shut up, are you? She was not the strongest rider in the race, but she still won. And that for me, as a bike rider, Adam wouldn't have won anything. It was about strength, but he did.
It was one of those moments that really, we're sitting watching it, and who stayed up, got up to watch the World Championships this year? Quite a few hands. Yeah, this is a moment where you think, thank God I set the alarm. But whenever that front group went off, what was it, twice? And it's the exact kind of front group, the exact kind of composition that you think, yeah, this is how it was going to pan out. Everything's as it's supposed to be until that Flamme Rouge. And then we were literally, all of us, what? It was just absolutely remarkable. And for me, that's one of the crowning moments of her career. I don't think I've seen an Annemiek van Vleuten victory quite like that one, which is saying something.
It was very similar to when Balan won in Varese.
I think you might have lost the crowd.
Let's move on.
It was home. Anyway, yeah, sorry. It was very
Anyway, there were some of our moments of the year, but I have to say it has been an utter privilege for all of us, and I mean that really genuinely, to be able to cover all of this, to share it with all of you, or as many of you as watch anyway. Thank you for anybody who does watch. And we've had a real fun year, and part of that has been the engagement with all of you. I feel like sometimes we're in the sitting room with you, or we're in the kitchen with you watching, and sometimes it might feel like you want to kick us out, but you can turn the TV off. But it feels like we're part of this community and this whole gang of people who are just watching it all together, and that's been just such fun. And so we love all the social interaction that we get on Twitter and Instagram. Some people, for whatever reason, decide that even though they hate us, they'll watch anyway and then tell us why they hate us. So we do get some choice tweets. I have to say, 99% really of messages are beautiful, and we read them all, and they're lovely. Some of them are just a bit shitty. So let's have a look at some of the shittier ones, shall we? We're going to play a little game called... oh, it's gone.
Who the tweet are you?
Who the tweet are you? Spent a lot of time thinking about that. So I want you to try to guess who this could be about. The tweet reads, watching World Championships on GCN and Eurosport on Mount Pleasant, blank really is I'll let you read that word yourselves, absolutely useless as a commentator. Pineapple on pizza is the limit of his contribution. So after three, I'd like you to shout who you think that might be about. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! That seemed quite unanimous.
Oh my gosh, that was a real burn. Yes, it was indeed about Adam. However, I have to disagree
I'm surprised I could guess that. To be honest.
Oh, you wait. You wait.
I have to disagree with @StayWider, who says that pineapple on pizza is the limit of your contribution, because as I pointed out later in the year, this is one of the highlights.
Is Stay Wider in here?
Oh yeah, is @StayWider here? No, this will be fun.
You put out a series of tweets and you are a prick.
If we can show the next tweet.
Sorry. But yeah, he's not a nice bloke.
We'll show the next tweet as proof that pineapple and pizza is not Adam's only contribution, because sharks don't have blowholes.
No, they don't.
Was a genuine line of commentary to come from Adam Blythe, and I think it was one of the highlights of my sporting year, quite frankly. When I showed this to Adam earlier and said we're going to show this tweet, he said, "Oh yeah, from the Vuelta."
Why are you bringing this up now?
Sharks. There aren't that many sharks in Spain compared to the other, like, really obvious race where you might have been talking about sharks. The World Championships.
I'll have you know, I've been on Google since, and there
it
are
was
sharks
the tour
in Spain.
of Britain.
Yeah, there are sharks.
There probably are loads of sharks in Spain now. Anyway, we'll move on to the next tweet. Blank is a style icon. Someone at blank should take note and get them on the front cover. So we'll do the first blank first after 3. 1, 2, 3. Got a lot of Dan there.
Well done, mate.
All I heard was Orla.
Oh, really? I heard a Dan. We'll go with Orla. But what front cover then? If you think it's me, what front cover? Oh, I shouldn't go there. That's just playing with fire. Let's go.
You are risking a lot here.
Let's go with Dan. If Dan was on the front cover, what should it be on?
Gay Times. I didn't hear that, was it?
It was Gay Times.
Any others? I think Fisherman's Weekly is probably quite a good bet. No?
Guilty pleasure of Dan's is he does love a bit of gardening. So it could be Gardener's Week.
Every rest day we get to find out just how much of his massive lawn Dan has had time to mow. during the rest day.
It's not just about the mowing, Paula. It's about scarabating and the overseeding.
See what I mean?
See the banter that we get to put up with. Actually, the answer is Adam is a style icon. Adam is a style icon. GQ should take.
That's not the response I wanted.
What a bullshit tweet.
Yeah. By the way, that's not the response I wanted. Like 3 people went, hey. Cheers, guys.
I have checked in with my Jash _ and he's sobered up, so we're all good. Move on to the next tweet.
Awesome.
Who do we think this could be about? Why does blank look like Big Bird at GCN? After 3, 1, 2, 3. I didn't hear. Who's that?
No, you're all wrong. It's me.
Could have been you though. You're the biggest. With long bird-like legs.
I'm the tallest.
You're the tallest.
I dress in yellow all the time.
Yeah. Let's show why the answer was actually me. Nick Honeychurch thought I looked like Big Bird. I've got to say though, you look at that picture. Really, who's the one you're going to ridicule? Bless Bradley, but he does look like he's escaped from a prison, doesn't he? We love him. Adam looks like he's escaped from somewhere. He's just glad to be let out for the day. Look at that face.
Why are we clapping?
Adam.
I don't understand why we're clapping.
We've got a lot of time to kill during stages and we play little games. This is really pathetic. Sometimes we play a game like, show me your something face. So, show me your happy face. Show me your sad face. Show me your angry face. Adam, show me your happy face.
It's brilliant. I mean...
Such a fun game. We have so many laughs. It's amazing.
Yeah, you can tell how much fun we have.
Can I just say I've never been included in this game?
You lie. You
You
lied,
have.
Lloyd.
You just been drunk. We did dinner as well. Show me your happy face. Show me your sad face. Show me... Anyway, let's move on.
Don't waste Wiry weekends.
Terrible entertainment. Right. This is from Joe Was Here. I don't care how many King of the Mountain points he needs. Bore off blank and blank Big Mouth.
Orla.
Who do we think? Adam. Adam is a strong
Who
contender.
said Adam? Where are you? Who are you right now?
The answer to that is Bore Off Dan and Robbie McBigmouth. I've got to say, somebody who doesn't really care about King of the Mountains points, what are you doing watching a Grand Tour? Really? What are you there for? Anyway, on to the next tweet. Okay. Baking powder has a better sense of humour than whom?
Right, give a name in 3, 2, 1. Dan, I had a fear that my name might come up in the audience from this tweet, and it is me, yes. So maybe I do have the humour of baking powder.
I mean, it's just the oddest reference. Anyway, is that
it's a
supposed to mean
part of
something?
the ingredient, so in it, without baking powder, you can't make a lot of cake.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Could I just say that I made a very humorous reply to this tweet?
Do you want us to include that bit?
In which I said, I won't rise to this.
See, he is good. He is good. Right, on to the next tweet. We just wanted to show this because this is the nature of Twitter, isn't it? Just caught Dan Lloyd patronisingly calling Thibaut misspelt the likeable Frenchman. What the fuck does that mean? Thibaut's the only likeable Frenchman, or we only support him because he's likeable? He's in the peloton because he's quite a nice guy. What has happened to Dan Lloyd?
I've got no idea. I just complimented somebody. What's happened to me?
I love that people can take offence at absolutely anything. Call somebody a nice guy. How dare you? What's happened to you? Your morals, your values, your standards. Anyway, flick through the next ones just because they're quite representative of the kind of stuff that we get a lot. She isn't wearing much in her bottom half, Adam, most of the time. Her choice, of course, but Orla's already in the territory of her clothing overtaking what she's talking about for some viewers. A distraction that is easily avoided with less controversial clothing. A distraction that's also easily avoided by paying attention to what we're saying and not letting your mind sink to the gutter. Next tweet. I like this one because Village Knots gets angry quite a lot. And I love how sometimes on Twitter we get a lot of, I really like the show, or you can wear what you like, but This one, somebody protect us from Orla's strident voice and wardrobe, sort out her clothes, but a big yippee to Eurosport for the coverage of the Giro. Good luck, and don't forget to eat and drink or the bunk will get you. Thanks, Village Knots. Anyway, they're just some of our tweets, but we also asked for, on Twitter at least, for some questions from people. So we wanted to have this conversation IRL, as the kids say, in real life. So now's your chance. If Village Knots is here, put your hand up, give us abuse in person.
Are you all right? You got something to do here?
He's bringing up the questions.
Oh, right. I thought you were busy. I thought you were I've had enough of this now.
Swiping right again.
Yeah.
He was just paying attention.
Right, okay.
So we are going to have the microphone ready if anybody wants to put their hands up and ask a few quick questions. I'm aware we also have to get Ethan Hater back on the stage. And we'll do that in a sec, Ethan. Hands up if you've got a question. Does anybody have a question? Are you brave enough to ask? We've got one down in the middle here. I don't know if you've got a mic or if you can just shout. Can you shout?
Shout. Shout.
One cyclist you love and one cyclist you hate the most.
One
wow.
I hate the most. Love, Wout van
Aert. Right, you do love, I do admire, you do
Is this like Shag, Marry, Kill?
We can play that a long time.
Who's going to go first? Love?
No, let's go with you for love, because we can build on this.
I love Annemiek van Vleuten.
Oh, you little...
Oh, easy option.
Yeah, easy.
I do. Why, what do you think I would be saying?
You say Wout van Aert all day long. All day long, right.
Who doesn't love Wout van Aert?
Well, you definitely don't.
Am I alone? Give me a cheer if you love Wout van Aert. The man is everything. He is everything. He's an absolute animal. He's a beast. He's greedy. He goes for it. I love him. That's my love. Then you can go for admire.
I admire Jonas Vingegaard.
Okay, why?
Because he won the Tour de France.
But
I don't love him.
Oh, shit.
Wow. See how fun our chats
you put me
become?
with a hate. Why
Adam.
am I with a hate?
You can't choose yourself.
No, I can't choose myself because I'm not a rider. Hate is strong.
Don't say Ethan Hater because he's standing right there.
Yeah, I won't say Ethan.
Say Fred Wright.
I fucking love Fred. Who do I hate? It's some half-wit in the peloton, which is, I'd like to say I hate Remco, but...
Okay, done.
No.
You gotta give us an answer quite quickly. People have got trains to catch.
Would you just... I'm trying to speak. Would you just be quiet for 1 minute? I'd like to say I hate Remco, but I quite admire him now. So the person I'm going to hate...
I quite admire someone that's won a monument, a Grand Tour, and a World Champs in the same year.
This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We just want the answer. We don't want your reasoning.
All right. Hate, but don't hate, is, from a cyclist point of view, Nicky Terpstra.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why?
He's a twat in the peloton.
Excellent. I want to bring Ethan Hater on stage very briefly before we say goodnight to you all. Come up, Ethan.
Right, hold on. Before we get into this, you've raced with Terpstra.
Yeah.
Is he a twat in the peloton?
He's got a reputation, definitely.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
He's got a reputation.
We'll take that as a yes.
Ethan, I brought you up because we ran out of time earlier, and now I'm getting the flag again that we're running out of time again. This is terrible. But I want to chat to you very quickly about your year before we do a group reel that I hope everybody's going to be on board with. But I wanted to ask you about your highlight of the year. Really, it's as simple as that, because you had so much success. Your first GC win at a World Tour, 3 stage wins as well. You successfully defended your Omnium title, Team Pursuit. You said Team Pursuit earlier.
Yeah.
Is that still? I mean, it's been 2 hours now. Have you had time to think about it? And a few drinks?
Yeah, and someone else asked me about it earlier, but I think they're all so different.
Yeah.
Team Pursuit is special because you win as a team.
First GC win, though. That's big.
Yeah, Tour of Poland was really strange, though, because like every stage, something seemed to go wrong. It was just really frustrating every day. And then just all fell in place and you won the GC, but it's a bit of a weird feeling just winning the GC and not winning a stage.
But what I'll tell you, Ethan, is it's nice to have a choice.
Does it feel like you've arrived? Do you know what I mean? And I know that riders always say you're looking at the next goal and you're looking at next year and you'll never look back until you retire and you've got time to reflect on things. But do you feel like this is it? You've proven, I'm delivering on my promise. You've been huge already. But this year feels like it's been quite exceptional.
Can I just say that I don't think I mean this with all due respect, I don't think that Ethan has delivered on what he can do. I mean this in the greatest respect, but what Ethan...
Okay, what I mean, I guess, is he can deliver on it. He's proving that.
For me personally, Ethan has got one of the world's biggest engines, and what he can produce, we've not seen a half of it yet. And I think that's...
Taking my wine out of it.
Swap them over. But I think with Ethan, I mean this in the nicest way possible, is that I give you a lot of shit on commentary. I do quite rightly. Not right.
Quite rightly.
Ethan's never watched back. He's busy racing. You could have hidden that.
Yeah, shit, sorry. But anyway, but I think with Ethan is that from why I get frustrated with because you can see, I think we can all see how good Ethan, his potential in it. It's not how good he can be, but for me, he's got everything there in his locker it's just waiting to be unlocked. It's just waiting for it to go big. And I think once that door opens, for me personally, watching Ethan the way that he rides, it's just like there's nothing. You're very, very similar to me as a white man art. You can sprint.
What are you laughing?
Yeah, dickhead. You look like a right.
Can I just point out though? I did say we've only got Ethan on stage for like a couple of minutes. Adam has just taken his entire time.
No, I am. But I mean that in a genuine way. That you can sprint, you can climb, you can do everything that Wout can.
Just a little bit slower.
So where's he similar to you?
Is the problem.
What's the what?
Where's he similar to you?
No, I said Wout Van Aert, not me.
In his opinion.
Jesus Christ. That's what I laughed about.
Jesus Christ, not similar to me.
All right, I will rein my laugh back
He
in.
doesn't drink, he can win bike races, he goes to bed early.
Right, sorry, back to Ethan.
Yeah. So for me personally, I just think Ethan, we've seen a lot from him, but it's not the half of it.
Missed that. Was that good heckling? Can we hear what it was? What did you say?
We will heckle the shit back at
But Ethan, you said that you think in the future combining road and track might just not be feasible, but you're having a good crack at it.
Yeah, I think it definitely would have been easier this year if the track was gone really badly. I could have just
just be shit at one and then you can ditch it.
Yeah, exactly.
I could be really bad at the track, but instead I'll be world champion.
Twice. Again.
No, it was great, and I think actually it is possible to mix them because they are different, but like for me, they're kind of similar roles in both events, and like riding a bike is riding a bike at the end of the day. And
I love it. Winning is winning. So you're going to try to keep them going for a bit longer then?
I think so, yeah. I think Worlds and Olympics could be tricky. They're all together in Glasgow next year, and then in Paris in the Olympics. So
massive year.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to pick which ones a little bit, I think. And,
which one are you going to pick? Tell us now. Exclusive. Exclusive for Rouleur Live.
We're not sure yet.
Right. Oh.
You've got to do the road race, though, haven't you?
You've got to do the road race.
Got to do the road race, and then what else?
I'll just do everything.
Marathon.
Pick and choose.
Squeeze it in, yeah.
I want to know. Sorry, Orla.
Go for it.
I want to know. You'll have calculated this through your time in the time trial. Did everyone watch the time trial at the Worlds?
Ooh.
How much time did you actually lose? Stop to start. Where would you have finished?
So you know Ethan had a mechanical at the Worlds.
I don't know. I think.
How much did you lose? How much time?
Yes.
It was at least 30 seconds, I think. I took quite a long time to get back on my bike. I was kind of. I'd actually imagined it. I knew this problem might have happened, which is why it wasn't really bad luck. It was a bit of a mess up.
Yeah.
But I got off my bike and I was like, "Fuck's sake!" And then I walked. And I walked all the way around my bike, like to get back on from the left side because I just like couldn't be bothered. But then I got back on and I went for it.
Has that haunted you? Or are you okay with that?
It did for the few days afterwards.
Yeah.
I think I was a bit unhappy, but it's sport. And
then you went and smashed.
It could have been worse. I could have crashed and broke my collarbone, and that would have been the end of the season. But
yeah,
I won 2 titles in the track.
I think you could have won then.
I would have been close, maybe.
Close to the win.
Yeah, can we just have a round of applause for somebody on the stage? Like honestly, I'm in awe. Whenever I'm round, like backstage, I was next to Tom Bone, and I said to Orla, I was a bit starstruck.
Yeah.
Then Fabian Cancellara walks on. I'm still in awe of people that are that good at cycling. I'm not in awe of you, Adam. But to have somebody on stage that's like a world champion on the track multiple times, that was that close to a medal at the World Championships in the time trial, and it's so good at so many different things in cycling, I'm honestly still in awe of it now. So can we have a big round of applause?
Yes! Awesome. So, Ethan, I've asked you what the highlight of your year has been. I should have said so far, because the highlight of your year is yet to come. Because we are now going to try, in some format, to do a group reel. Who's up for it? Yeah, we all ready?
There weren't many cheers.
Doesn't matter, you're going to be in. You're going to be in, right? But we do need participation, okay? We're going to need you to stand up. We're going to need you to link arms, because we're all part of one big cycling family. And we're going to do a version, a very rudimentary, probably quite rubbish, but fun version.
They're off.
Don't leave. Sit back
Where
down.
are you going?
Where are you going?
Sit back down.
Sit back down. Right. You haven't even seen it yet. It's worse than you think. Right. We're going to try to recreate something that was a bit dodgy to begin with, quite frankly.
He's still off.
Right. Can we have a little look at what we're going to try to recreate? Something like this?
Fred!
Where's Fred Wright?
It's okay, Primo's
Possibly the greatest moment in cycling dancing history.
For those of you that don't know, that's Tom Bone on his last race on the podium dancing to some sort of Euro techno music.
Is Tom still here?
No, I'm just signalling.
Is Tom still here?
No, I'm signalling to one hero at the back, which we all love and admire, Fred Wright. You can't hide. Fred Wright, come on stage. Big round of applause for Fred, everyone.
Can you move these out of the way?
Yeah. Just to let you know, Fred, you're not even going to win this.
So, we asked Tom if he wanted to be involved in this and star in our reel. He said no.
Oh,
so we're going to do it anyway. So what we're going to do is...
Got a copy of all.
We need more people.
If everybody would stand up and link arms...
Oi, oi.
And when we get to... Does everybody know the song, Links Rechts? Yeah? So we'll do a little bit of a dance at the front, and then when we get to the links rechts,
where are you going?
I want you all
back here.
to links and rechts together, right?
Could I just say that every time we do a reel, Orla says the same thing. Do any of you know this song? We're like, no, we got no idea. So you're all in the same boat as we are. Right.
I think Matt Stevens is going to be our Tom Bonin. Where's he going? Is Matt there?
Matt Stevens.
Matt's
gone.
No, okay,
I think
fine.
we have to face this way, don't we?
We have to face this way. So.
No, we need it
that way. Yeah. Do you want to do it with the microphone here?
I have no idea what we're doing, but Orla will explain.
Right, Orla, you're going to have to shout instructions to everyone here.
We will, we've got to do we have to do the walk across first, and then we do the links rechts.
Who's the walk across?
All of us, one after the other.
I don't think we've got
Come
time
back
to do
here.
that.
This is honestly what it's like in the alleyway every single day.
You
3 minutes before we go on air.
I'll follow your lead.
Okay. Are you going to go in at the same time?
I think Ubers, sorry about your Ubers, everyone.
Okay. How loud can we boost the volume? Are you ready, Jesse? Not yet. Start again.
I like it.
Sorry. Start again.
I
know! Honestly, it's like this every day in the alleyway. Right, okay. Are we ready?
You!
I'm a perfectionist, what can I say? Right. Are we ready? Let's go. We walk it, right. Jesse?
Ready, everyone?
Ready?
We're going to go right.
Left.
Oh, shit. Let's go.
Not yet.
We're doing it. Come on, Ethan. It's going. Where's Thomas when we need him? I think they're on the now. Shit. Thank you, everyone.
Oh my goodness. Guys, that was a disaster. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for being so game with that.
Jesse forgot to press record.
You did it.
So I'm out to
Did you?
No, I'm only joking.
We'll post that on socials later. You can have a little look. I was hoping to try to tag as many people as possible. If you follow me on Insta, DM me a tag and I'll try to tag you in the reel. That work? We'll try that. We'll try it. Anyway, thank you for being so game. Thank you for enjoying the show. Thank you for making racing so much bloody fun. We love doing it, and we can't wait to see you next year. Thank you. I thought my dress was going to fall off during that. That could have been disastrous.